From the Mapleview Animal Hospital studios, this is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Tuesday, July 7th. Tuesday mornings at this time, you hear the film strip music that we always accompany the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen from DeBruyn Seed, Washington, Elman, downtown Zeeland with the garden party. Good morning, Jan.
Good morning.
Glad you are with us. Hope you enjoyed the 4th off.
Yes, I did. It was a lovely weekend.
Not have to be at the office. Who took care of Mr. Butternut?
Well, actually, I came in on Saturday to do payroll, so Ken and I took care of Butter over the weekend.
Okay.
Don't worry,
Okay.
He was not lonely.
I know he's not lonely, but you got to make sure have the water there, food there. Although
That's
I don't think Mr. Butternut's like some of the Maine coon cats that sort of jump on counters. If you have a little trickling water, they can take care of their own water needs. You gotta accommodate him though.
You have to accommodate him because he can't jump very far anymore because of his heart disease. So yes, we have to make sure he's always got his fresh water.
Indeed. Today on the garden party, why don't we do our award category? Okay, shall we?
Okay, sounds good.
Let's do the awards. Time to take a look at some of the top problems and top issues that happened over the week by customers coming to DeBruyn Seed on Washington and Elman, downtown Zeeland. Oh, the boys for summer are back. Now, Grant, we're not talking about baseball. That's coming up 2 weeks from Friday. But the insect of the week, the boys for summer are back. Tell us about it.
That's right. The Colorado potato beetle, the cucumber beetle, and the squash bug, they are all back, folks, and they are in your gardens chomping away. You have to get rid of them. You can hand pick them all off if you like, or you can use the 8 dust or 7. Both are safe to use in your garden, so you don't have to worry about that. Just make sure you read all the directions and follow them exactly. Don't overdo it. No need to overdo. But the best thing you can do is take those leaves and look on the underside of them, and if you see a whole group of little bumps, look like little round circle type things, scrape them off. Those are eggs. Scrape them off into a glass of warm soapy water, and you've taken care of the next generation, so you don't even have to worry about that.
Quick question. Does the weather we've had right now sort of help accelerate the growth of these boys of summer?
Yes, they are. They love this hot weather. So yeah, they're coming out in force. So if you see one Colorado potato beetle, there are probably, 1,000 others there.
And of course, mosquitoes, we're getting close to having them coming around and maybe taking over for the boys of summer as the insects of the week.
Yeah, I think that it's probably close. Yes.
Yeah, and of course the Spartan zapper certainly there, but keep it away from you, and it'll attract all the mosquitoes over there.
That works.
Nuisance animal of the week, it's Morocco and his mole men.
Yeah, they have outdone the mice and the voles and the chipmunks this week. Moles are just in the headlines of everybody, and they think, oh, I've got moles, I've got grubs. Grubs do not equal moles, and moles do not equal grubs. Just because you have moles does not mean you have grubs. There's lots of other insects that they eat, and just because you have grubs does not mean you have moles. So the grubs really are starting to hatch out of the ground. Colorado potato beetles, all of these guys, they're coming out of the ground because they didn't freeze last winter, folks. So they're coming out in force. So you're seeing a lot of beetles right now. I have yet to see a Japanese beetle, but I've had a couple people tell me that they have seen them. But I've seen Asiatic garden beetles and everything else. So Yes, they're coming out. The moles are loving that. They can eat them as they're on their way out of the ground. But yes, they're there. You know, you need to take care of the moles. The poison worms and the traps are probably the best thing. You know, mothballs, barrier of plants, vibration things, the little, they just really don't work.
Mm.
You
You
know,
mentioned inconsistency. That seems to be the problem.
yeah, you need to be consistent when you're doing your trapping and your um, and you're putting down poisons. Be consistent. That's the best thing. Those smoke cartridges, while they are fun to light them and throw them down the tunnels, you have to know that the mole is right there, because otherwise all they have to do is just turn around and head out, another way. So you have to know they're there and kind of trap them in to really work well.
You know, or having a friend, you on one end the mole run and the other friend the other mole run, and you both throw at the same time, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
yeah, they actually work pretty good for those little smoke bombs for the groundhogs. You know,
yeah,
if you can cover up two of their holes and you know they're down there, you can throw it down that third hole and then just quick cover it, because it does stink.
mhm.
And you can get those guys. So,
Yes, definitely an explosive experience.
yes,
Let's talk about the summer twins. That's the weed of the week.
nutgrass and crabgrass, boy, they just seem to come up just together. Everybody's noticing them in their yard right now. They're pretty young, so they're very easily killed. So you can use the Roundup for Lawns or the Spectricide Weed Stop. That will work on both crabgrass and the nutgrass. If you just have crabgrass, that Crabgrass Destroyer is probably one of the best products I have seen out there that will even work on really large crabgrass. But if you just have nutgrass, the sedge ender, that will work. Remember to use it on a sunny day, and when it's warm outside. Obviously it's warm outside, and no rain for 24 hours, kind of like the weather forecast right now.
Yeah, we're not going to supposed not get any rain until Thursday. So don't procrastinate. Take care of that
Yes.
today. Hot, dry weather. What other problems does hot, dry weather bring?
Oh, fungus problems. That's and that you get to see red thread with the hot
Wait a
dry
minute.
weather.
Wait a minute. Hot, dry weather brings fungus. I thought fungus was more like,
The
you
wet
got to have
type
some
thing.
moisture.
Well, it's bring because we go out on the lawn and we mow it, especially. And I've got this time, Saturday afternoon to mow it. So I'm going to mow it. I don't care that it's 92 degrees and there's an ozone action day going. And then you get the heat tracking in the lawn, and then you get the wilting in the lawn. Those aren't problems that will stay. They will go away once you water it and it's not so hot. But that brings out a lot of problems. And then once you put that lawn under that stress, then you're going to start seeing dollar spot and red thread.
And red thread is something that, you can't treat it, but it's there.
It's there. The best thing to do is add some fertilizer. I'm really not gung ho on adding fertilizer when it's 91 degrees out, unless you've got underground sprinkling, or you go with a real mild thing like Milorganite or whatever. But just remember that fertilizer's got to be watered in, and don't put anything that hot down there. I mean, we had, I don't know how many people buy urea yesterday and triple 19 to put on their lawns. And I'm just, oh my God, you're going to create more problems than what it's worth. I know the lawns are getting brown now, but turf builder and water will help more than anything else.
Talk about Milorganite, because you got the sale continuing on.
Yeah, Ken extended the sale through this weekend. So Milorganite, 32-pound bag, covers 2,500 square feet, is only $6.99 down at DeBruyn's.
Yep, Washington and Elm in the Mr. Butternut building in downtown Zeeland.
Yes.
That is our award category for the week on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC. And Jan, as always, we appreciate your time that you spent with us, and we'll look forward to having you back with us in about an hour or so with the Yard and Garden Hour.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much. That is Jan Meeuwsen, the Master Gardener, with the Garden Party on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.